Here we are again. Here we are. Well. How is everyone doing? I missed you. How you folks doing? I'm the Dial, aka Miles Jack, bringing you another good video today. I just want to say, before we even start anything, thank you so much for the love and support from the Team Rocket Joey community. When I hopped on that live stream with you, it was super fun. I had a good time, and you guys were so welcoming. So I just want to say thank you so much. During all this time, I've just been reflecting of Scarlet and Violet, and this era is freaking all over the place. I feel like Scarlet and Violet doesn't even know what it is sometimes for what it's doing. But let's just kind of like rewind and start from the very beginning. First of all, when Scarlet and Violet was announced, I remember seeing after Legends Arceus where Pokemon was going. Legends Arceus blew my freaking mind, and seeing that where the TCG was, at that time I think that's when like Lost Origin. That's when I started to come into the hobbies around Lost Origin. So it was all fresh to me, and it was so refreshing. The sets were great, hit rates were great, the prices was great, and now we see this beautiful thing on the horizon, like with the Ed Sheeran videos and crystallized Pokemon, and it's open world. And it just was such a weird taste because I played the game. It was fun. I chose Fuecoco, obviously with my love for crocodiles over here. I couldn't help to just hop on the bandwagon and choose Fuecoco. But that also got me excited about what the TCG is going to be like. But regardless of how the game started, it actually got me very excited to see what Pokemon was going to do with this crystallized Pokemon that we saw. Even though I do think Pokemon dropped the ball a little bit. I was expecting hearing Crystal Pokemon. Because with the V Maxes and everything, we saw sudden changes to Pokemon. Butterfree looked like Mothra. Kingler looked like a giant king crab, and it was perfect. So we were anticipating something great, right? I remember because when Scarlet and Violet came out, we were just ending Sword and Shield, Silver Tempest, and Crown Zenith. By the way, after Crown Zenith, such an incredible set. A set that is going to be so hard to top to now start the Scarlet and Violet era with their base set. So I was like, okay, here we go. I feel like this is going to be a tough one. But then I saw what they were kind of doing with their crystallized Pokemon and their hats. It looked good. I was super excited seeing the Gyarados and the Arcanine, and it was cool. It was new, right? And then seeing the trainer gallery switch over into art rares, it was mind blowing. And then I saw what they were doing with the trainers. Trainers were now getting even more love. I mean, if you guys were around base set Scarlet and Violet, this was a nutty time because it wasn't English that was on top. It was actually Japanese. And you guys know the word Miriam, it's it was crazy because everyone was buying the Violet set to pull that Miriam, and if you did, you hit the jackpot. You went to the bank that day. Like, it was nuts. So I was super confused what was going on, because at that time I was like, what about English? And okay, I stuck to my guns, right? I stuck to English. It was super cool. Like, after base set, I was very excited because how cheap base set was. Base set was readily available, and then Triplet Beat came out, which was Paldea Evolved. Had a good time opening up that set. I actually really enjoyed Paldea Evolved, opening it up. Do I believe where Paldea Evolved is right now? Hell no. I don't think a Magikarp should be leading a set. But that's where we are. However, when Obsidian Flame came out, I feel like that shook everything in my perspective of what SV is going to be like. When I saw, I don't know if you guys can see right here, I have the, should I bring the camera? No, I'm going to keep the camera where it is. I have the Charizard. Just trust me, bro. Trust me. I saw the Charizard, the Crystal Charizard. That is where I was like, oh shit. This is going to be something that I am not anticipating, and I was excited. I was excited because it's like, this is what they were trying to do. They were trying to have that little crystal mwah to it. And that Obsidian Flames Charizard was awesome. But then we just step into something even crazier. The 151. Then I saw the ARs for the evolutions. I saw the no-neck Charizard. I saw the Blastoise. That one sold me. Because opening that set was so fun. I still have a good time opening up 151. I think it's one of the sets that really sets the tone for a specialty set and the hit rates. Because even if you don't hit, like, the artwork for 151 is impeccable. Luckily, I got all the 10s. I'm done. I'm done. That's how I stop myself. I just get the PSA 10, boom, call it done. And then if I see it, then I just put on the shelf. That's kind of my mantra. But then Paradox Rift came after that. And then we saw the Garchomp. And then Paradox Rift is where I feel like it died. Did you guys feel that too? Where it died? Time after Paradox Rift. I love the cards. Groudon was great. Tapu Koko. I love the 80s retro. But then it was just like, they can't do it. They can't top anymore. Luckily, I feel like after Paladin Fates showing the other Dark Charizard, Gardevoir, the Bubble Mew, but then we kind of went back to stagnant. But it was a good time. But then it all changed. It started getting weird. Because, like, Temporal Forces came out and no one really batted an eye until they found the chase in Twilight Masquerade. That Greninja, which I have right here. Trust me, bro, I have it. Maybe one day I'll show you guys what I have and kind of the journey I've taken. But it was kind of like that blood in the water, right? The shark started to smell something. And then they started creeping in. They said, oh, here we go. This is our alt arts, baby. This is where we get to monetize what Scarlet Violet is. So they did it for a second, right? They did it for a second with Twilight Masquerade. Shroud Fable came out, and then they're like, oh, screw that. We almost got you. They tried to do it with the Persian. But they couldn't do it. And then we got Stellar Crown. The sharks in the water dispersed. They're like, screw that. I can't sell a turtle. And then they were trying to go for the Squirtle and then Bulbasaur. They were trying to say, look, there's value in Scarlet Violet. I swear. And no one was biting, right? But at that time of my life of Scarlet Violet, I actually was called. I decided to go overseas to do my job. And I kind of stepped away from Pokemon, and I got to look at from an outside source because I was doing my job, taking care of my family, wasn't really focused on what Pokemon was doing. Until I got home, I kind of saw what Surging Sparks was doing. I loved that Pikachu, right? When I saw that Pikachu, it's like, woof. They're cooking up something. They want to put that blood back in the water, and it did. They got a little taste of that Greninja, went away, and then the Pikachu came back, and they're like, ooh. They're circling. They're like the surging sparks. Oh my goodness. And folks, we weren't even prepared at that point. We were not prepared to what's about to happen, because this is when the sharks bit. I was not prepared to see what was to happen next with prismatic evolutions. Because when prismatic evolutions came out, I feel like it needs to be studied. Because I feel like Pokemon is fueled off of nostalgia and FOMO. And I feel like that's when Pokemon changed. Is when people wanted that second chance to get where the people in Sword and Shield were. With people from Sword and Shield, for people who have been in that era, it was an era of waiting. All this that I have back here was just patience and waiting and picking things up when you could. When Prismatic came out, it was pick up now, and you didn't have an option. And then it became where it was. Blood was in the water, all the sharks were going for it, and now the sharks started to take the other sets. They started to take, Paldea evolved. Oh no, they're taking that. I better hop on that. And the sharks started to take Stellar Crown. What? Why are people going after Stellar Crown? No one touched Shroud of Fable. Don't worry. Shroud of Fable is doing its own thing. But it was such a weird anomaly. Prismatic shook SV to its core. People weren't prepared for that, and neither was Pokemon. Pokemon was basing off of what people felt with Paldea evolved when it first came out. So they were like, okay, this is, will get it when they need to get it. I feel like that's what people from Sword and Shield were doing, so that's what we're going to print. And now they were not prepared, and they're still catching up. I don't think Pokemon has caught up to where the need and necessity is. So that's another talk for another time. This is just a reflection. This is a reflection talk, and while we walk down memory lane through SV, and then come Journey Together. The sharks in the water wanted this new thing to be the new Prismatic. Gym Challenge. It's coming back, baby. Gym Challenge, the trainers are on the card, even though we had full art trainers in Sword and Shield. We literally had a full trainer gallery, but you know what? Now their pictures are on the card, and it's going to say Lily's Clefairy, En's Zoroark, Hops Wooloo, Trust Me. And it was like people, the fishes who didn't, enjoy blood, they started to become sharks. And now we have an ocean full of sharks, and the moment that the blood hit the water, and everyone hopped in as hard as possible at the same exact time. Goodness gracious, I've never seen people spurt out so quick after a set, because they were like, oh my goodness, it's not Prismatic, guys. It's not Prismatic. That Clefairy, it's no Umbreon. And it flew to the markets. It flew to Facebook. It flew to where it needed to go. And people were just getting rid of their ATBs, rid of their booster bundles, rid of their booster boxes. Which is crazy, because those booster boxes are still about $200. People still call $200 a deal, which is, it's nuts. If you've been here for a bit, it's $200 even for a new set. Sounds. Now here we are with Destined Rivals. This set was the second chance for those sharks to be like, it's a rocket this time. There's a Mewtwo in here. There's There's Ethan's Ho-Oh. People even know who Ethan was during Silver and Gold era. Like, people even know his name until they saw him on the card. Okay, like let's be honest. So now, here we are with that in sight, and people were going nutso butso for this specific ETB. But Pokemon was catching up. Pokemon Center was like, you know what? We're going to give everyone a shot now. And everyone did. The sharks were like, wait a second, now these fishes are starting to get a shot. So they started to take more and more. And then the fishes were like, we're catching up, we're going. So now we're in this race of these fishes who are sharks, and sharks who think they're whales, and whales are now just consuming everything. God, this analogy is going crazy. I didn't even think I was even going to make this analogy even make sense, but here we are. So now we are entering a phase where people are now not picking up Destined Rivals every single chance they get. It's only Prismatic and 151 and Paladin Fates. They'll hop on it like anything. So what do we feel about this black and white set coming out? I'm going to say this. The art rares look awesome. The SARs look great. But I feel we're about to enter another Crown Zenith. And these arts, there's just going to be so much. And people are going to be looking for one specific thing. And people are just going to immediately open up the pack, and then they immediately want to sell it. And then there's that fatigue. They're going to be like, what do you mean? I opened up this pack and I got the Chandelure. What? People like Chandelure, right? People love Haxorus. I feel like we're about to enter a strange time. Because right after that, Mega Evolutions, ZA. We are entering another era. And looking back at this entire time in this entire video, you saw how emotions changed. So what's next? So I'm going to end the video with this. For everything I've just said right now should prepare you for what is to come. Right now, there is a lot of blood in this water. Everyone's trying to eat. It's okay to be a patient collector. All of this I've collected right behind me is patient collecting. I've picked up my alt arts when they were super low and no one wanted to pick them up. I've picked up everything behind me at MSRP. It's okay. If you guys have a chance to pick everything up, you won't have enough stuff or chances to pick up what you want. So if you're going to take anything from this video, be patient and know what you want. Black Bolt and White Flare, it's going to be everywhere, because everyone's going to be grabbing it and grabbing it and grabbing it and ripping it open and throwing the art rares to God knows where, and then they're going to offset it to evolutions. The sharks are going to go that way. And what's going to be available? Starting Sparks, Prismatic, maybe 151. I feel like 151, the ship is kind of sailing. It's dropping right now because Costco and Walmart are just... that's in a video for another time. Be careful what Costco and Walmart are doing. I will go deep into that. Pokemon is a fantastic company. It's a fantastic brand, and it's a fantastic time. Open up my packs with my daughter and with my family and for myself and to collect. But go at your speed, go at your time. If you learned something, put it down below. I love to see what you said. Put some gators in the chat. Let's do that. PokePlumber does the plungers. I'm going to start putting the gators. Or the dials, because we dial in. Thank you so much for stopping by this video. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm doing a fantastic transformation challenge from the month of July to September. The winner is going to be winning a Brilliant Stars booster box. Love to have you guys a part of it. See you in the next video. I'm going to be taking what Team Rocket Joey says. Post when you can, post as much as you can. So I'm going to just keep it simple. Mondays and Fridays. Those are going to be the Pokédial days. No matter what I have to ramble about, those are the days I'm going to just make a video and just send it off into the atmosphere. See where it goes. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Don't forget to dial in. And you can dial in by subscribing. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.